We tried to reach out to the man who died in this pursuit. They were unavailable for comment. Micah, back to you.
All right. Hey, welcome, guys, back to a WO Radio Show on the WO Entertainment Network. I'm Richie Redneck Pimp, bad man of comedy, and we're gonna do my best today to make everybody laugh and have a good time. But first, we're gonna argue because today we're gonna talk about our opinions of who's the greatest of all times of any sport or anything. Doesn't have to be sport, anything. And you're gonna bring up some names. And I'm going to see if I got one to counter with you. I got a list, and I got a list on here. We're going to go over the greatest of all times. And I know we have several people chomping at the bit to argue about one particular person, and we're going to get to that. But right now, I just want you all to share this thing out. If you can, if you will, please share it out. Let's get everybody on. Let's get all these things on here that we can. Let's get as many people. Let's have a big old debate. You know what I'm saying? Big old. Some people say country debate. Some people say. Civil debate. It's going to be civil because we're all friends on here. And, that's the way it's going to work. Now, that being said, y'all know how this works. Okay. I got a rant that I want to rant about. Now, this rant is kind of unusual unless you're, that type of person who knows what I'm talking about. But first, let me get to the, so we got two people watching today. First one, yes, Dean Cerny. Hey, brother. Thank you for joining. As usual, we got some of your things coming up today. I see we got people on here from the Backwoods Metro Video. Appreciate you all showing up. We got some people on here from Facebook, from YouTube. You guys are all coming in. Thank you all very much for showing up. Okay. This is the time of year everybody's got an opinion about something. All right. Whether it's politics, whether it's sports, or it's just things of life. And we're not always going to agree. And when you don't agree on something, okay, that don't mean you got to start burning houses down and tipping cars over. You can call somebody an idiot. That's okay. I don't care. I call people an idiot a lot. There's a lot of idiots out there. But there's people out there that make some sense. Not everybody's delusional. Although a lot of people who come up and want to scream and yell and spit, you can get your ass whipped. Don't be spitting on me. But people come up screaming, yell, they're delusional, don't mind them. People think they own something that you got that they have no rights to talk about. They're delusional, don't listen to them, okay? Like on here, for example, we got Dean Cerny. He doesn't always agree with me all the time. As a matter of fact, I try to be as honest as I can about things on here. And if I'm not, Dean will say, hey, look, that's not what it says here. And then I'll correct it if he looks it up. And he does. He just don't come spouting over his mouth. He looks things up. And we got a lot of fans on here who do the same thing. You guys over the years. And I appreciate every one of y'all. Time's growing near. As y'all know, we're disbanded at the end of November. But I'm going to be back around doing something. I promise you that. So that being said. So my rant is this. Respect somebody else. Respect somebody else. Who cares? If you're the type of person who hates somebody's political view so much that if they were drowning, you'd let them drown, you're kind of a moral asshole. You really are. All right? And I'm sorry. But you're a moral asshole. Save your life. It doesn't matter what their political view is. If they're Republican, Democrat, save your life. Let the Creator sort it out. Okay? You hear that a lot. Let the Creator sort them out. And that's what we need to do. Okay? Now, I say that there's certain groups of people I would not save. I'm sorry to say that. Groups, people. I might hesitate to save a child molester's life. I might hesitate. Should I? No, I should save everybody. Let the Creator sort them out. But I'm just saying, I have flaws. I'm human. Okay. All right. That being said, Dean says we got a whole family of idiots. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you, brother. I do. I really do. Again, guys, if at all possible, and if you can, share this stuff out here. Let's get this thing rolling. Yeah, so we'll get some more people in here. Today's topic. Oh, by the way, before I forget, last Tuesday, my daughter gave birth to one of my baby grandsons. His name's Asher. D. Clevenger, because she's married to a good dude. And he's doing healthy. Mom and baby are home. They're doing healthy. He's gaining weight. He's over 10 pounds already, man. Wow, I guess he would be a week old today. So, woo. My daughter's a trooper is all I got to tell you. Carry that around like that. So, anyway, congrats to my daughter and Asher. Welcome to the family. You poor little boy. No, we love them. We love them all. And we got 12. I'm proud to say we have 12. And getting more, we're going to start wearing name tags. You know what I mean? You feel me? You know what I'm saying? I think you do. All right, guys. Enough of that gibberish. Hope you all share it out. I've done share it out here as much as I can. They're probably going to give me a share band here in just a second. So we'll get off the share part here, and I'll go over here, click on this one. All right. The greatest of all time. Now, you hear that term a lot, and some people, I think, overuse it, the greatest of all time. First of all, if you're the greatest of all time, you should be done with whatever you're doing. If you're the greatest baker of all time, you should be actively being a baker, and they say that to you. I think that's a rush, okay? But I think if you're a retired baker and you bake the best cakes in the world when you were doing it, and you got guys trying to catch you, then you're the greatest. If you're mentioned a lot by your peers, to me, if y'all watch the World Series of Poker, Doyle Brunson, the old gentleman, I don't know if you're familiar with him or not, he's the greatest poker player of all time because he quit doing tournaments. All right, he quit doing all them, so therefore he's the greatest of all time. That being said, what's your opinion? What do you think the greatest of all time is? Now, we're getting ready to get into an argument here. Okay, let me get ready. Because we're going to cover some of these sports. We're going to do boxing. We're going to do anything you bring up, we're going to cover the greatest of all time. One of the greatest arguments here lately is LeBron James and Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan's the greatest of all time. We're going to make points of it. Some people say LeBron is. Well, LeBron's still playing. So technically, he can't be the greatest of all time because he's still playing. By saying he's the greatest of all time, you're cutting off his records right now. Let's say if he goes win some more championships. All right? Let him go a little further. But to me, to throw my hat in the ring on this, I think Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player of all time. Not only did I have a privilege of watching him, I watched Larry Bird when I was a little boy. And Larry can do things that was amazing, okay? The whole white man can't jump. He can dunk. He did dunk, okay? But Michael Jordan went to 6 championships. 6. And won them all. He's 6-0. LeBron James has been to a bunch of championships, but he's lost 4 or 5 of them. I can't remember his accurate stats. You all might know it better than me, but he's lost them, okay? And I've heard the debate that, well, LeBron makes everybody around him better. So did Michael Jordan. He made everybody around him better too. And different eras of basketball. Y'all know what I'm talking about. The defense back in that day, when Jordan played, they would take your head off. Lambeer, the Detroit Pistons, them guys like that, the bad boys of basketball. Yeah, you do that now, and you're fine, right? There wasn't a whole lot of 3-pointers raining down like they are today, okay? People not wanting to go down in there. Michael Jordan, he may be about him right also. But is that really a fair statement? Because let's look. Check this out. Kobe Bryant, he won 5 titles. He made everybody around him better. Tim Duncan, 5 titles. Made everybody around him better. Is that really an argument there? No. Basically, it's this. Michael Jordan has did something that no one else has done. Been to 6, won 6. Period. Michael Jordan also has one of the greatest shots known to man. He went up with one hand. While he was in there, he switched to the other hand and laid it in, did the layup. Greatest shot I've ever seen in my life. He still does it. Congrats, Pop. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate it. What's your shirt say? Well, my shirt says, when in doubt, ask yourself, and on the back it has Clint Eastwood as Gunny Highway. It says, what would Gunny Highway do? It has a picture of him. This is a BB Nation shirt. My friends over at BB Nation sent this to me years ago, and appreciate it. And I wear it and try to keep it as clean as I can. But you know how light colored shirts are. They pick up everything. But So that's what that says. And now, Michael Jordan, is he the greatest of all time, in your opinion? We're going to do comedy. We're going to do TV. We're going to do. Let's switch over now. It's still sport, but it's horse racing. Okay. Now you all know exactly how I feel. You know exactly how I feel. You know, I think the Secretariat is the greatest of all time. He's still got records set today. Records, speed records, he's not even supposed to have. He's too big of a damn horse to have it. Okay? He's too big of a horse to have all them records, but he's fast. And there's one race he got faster. His second lap was faster than his first lap. Okay? So to me, Secretariat is the greatest of all time. All right? Okay, Dean, appreciate you, Michael Jordan. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Hello, my lovely wife. Appreciate you joining in. Glad to see you helping us out. So I got Secretariat. That's somewhat easy. I mean, I know there's horses that, you know, lost one race. Well, I mean, Secretariat lost, I think, 3 or 4. But he also won phenomenally because how big he was and, you know, stuff like that. So, yeah, I'm going with that. Movies. This is a subject right here. The greatest of all time in movies. You know, you could break them down in categories, but I'm just going to. That's hard for me to say because there's several of them to me that ranked. You know, could go 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Tombstone is up there. Tombstone, Roadhouse. I mean, if you don't like Roadhouse, there's something deadly wrong with you. Okay. Some of those one of those Taken movies is great. Lethal Weapons, Rockies, greatest of all time. It's hard to say. Is it something with Clint Eastwood in it? Is it something with John Wayne? I don't know. It's Young Guns, 1 and 2. So Westerns, I mean, there's a lot of good Western movies out there. There's some good drama. There's some good drama. Of the Western movies, let's just go get that category because a lot of us are old enough to remember a lot of them. I'm going to say Tombstone. And I'm going to say Tombstone over Wide Earp. Thank you, Dean. Dean said that. It just popped up as I said it. And only because of that movie, only because of Val Kilmer playing Doc Holliday. That's it. If it wasn't for Val Kilmer playing Doc Holliday, they'd both be about the same in Wide Earp. Because Kevin Costner, everything that man touches turns to gold almost. Okay. But Val Kilmer just he studied the role. I mean, Kurt Russell studied the role when he played Wide Earp. It was just, I mean, that movie was awesome. So to me, the greatest Western of all time is Tombstone. Then Wide Earp, you got 310 to Yuma. You got, True Grit, John Wayne's True Grit. Okay. Yeah. So that's where I'm at with that. You guys let me know what you think in the comments on those. TV shows. Now we're going to go with doctor category. Now this one here, I can't believe there was such a great debate on this one. But Marcus Welby, MD, I heard keep coming up as the greatest doctor-based TV show. And old guys remember, hey, wait a minute, what about MASH? MASH was also funny. I don't know if they ever healed anybody, but sure was a lot of humor in MASH, you know. But I can't go Marcus Welby. I can't. To me, the greatest doctor TV show ever was House MD. The dude, man, Hugh Laurie. If you're not familiar with him, he does a lot of voiceovers too. Okay, he's British, got a British voice, but he had an American voice in this whole thing. It was awesome the way he did it. And it's too bad they took it off, but you know, all the good things come to an end. And so, to me, that's. I think as far as my wife, thank you. I think another great comedy movie. Now, here's where I'm going to get myself in some trouble. But I'm going to pick this movie not only because of the plot, but because of the lineup that was in this thing. Okay, I'm talking about the movie Harlem Nights. I've said it on here many times. I am a huge Eddie Murphy fan. I watch Eddie Murphy. Some of his movies stink, and I still enjoyed watching because of Eddie Murphy. It's funny. His laugh was just kill me. Red Fox was in it. Richard Pryor, the King, was in it. Della Reese, she from that movie to the one where Red Fox died on the stage in the movie with her, and then she went on into that Touch My Ninja movie TV series. And so, hang on just a second. So yeah, I have to go with MASH as the GOAT. There was 20 seasons? Yes. Oh my God, they went on for a long time. Hell, that was nothing. I think I was shaving during the last episode, and I remember being a little boy watching it. And so, yeah, I think it was on for quite a while. We'll have to look it up and see. So, but the comedy part, I think now there's a lot of great comedy movies, man. A lot of great funny movies. And then you got the argument, well, it cusses too much. Clean comedy is funner than adult comedy. Being a comedian, I tell you what, right now, that's not true, and I proved it. Adult comedy, you make more money at it. You do, because you can sell things. You clean comedy, you work more. You do more work. You work schools, churches, things like that, because they're going to need stuff, comedy. But adult comedy is one of the best comedy in the world. And so I believe Harlem Night is the best comedy movie in the world. Now, there's a lot of great ones. Stir Crazy with Richard Pryor. I mean, come on. He's got a bit, Richard Pryor does, when he was filming that movie. He was in a red jumpsuit. He's in there, and he was talking to all these black men. He was sad, that these guys wasn't out portraying, helping their race grow stronger and stuff like that. Then he said he talked to him, and he goes, "Thank God for penitentiaries." Why'd you kill them? Because they were all home. Okay, you killed them because they're all home. So yeah, that's funny. But so, yeah. Oh, and that's okay. Then you pick MASH because, like I said, it's hard to argue MASH. It's hard to argue MASH. But if you just go on a doctor, they didn't have just one doctor like House Scott or Marcus Welby. But, hey, I know my daughter likes that ER or whatever that is. Oh, Grey's Anatomy. I'm sorry. I got one daughter loves the movie Grey's Anatomy. Wife said the Medea movies. Those are funny. Those are funny. A lot of people I've heard over the years don't like a man in a dress thing. Comedy's comedy and stuff's funny, but Medea got a lot of sayings. Of course, Tombstone got a lot of sayings people repeat too. I'll be Huckleberry. Lort, that's Medea's thing. Lort, she likes to say Lort. So yeah. So what do you guys think? We covered quite a bit there. Now let's talk a little bit of boxing, okay? Before we get to football, greatest boxing, in you all's opinion. Hello, that's Medea for hello. Hello, greatest boxer of all time. Now, I've argued this point and won several times because people forget. But now, don't be mistaken. I love Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson was a bad man. Okay. But he had a lot of problems and he didn't dedicate himself and he started losing and he lost things he shouldn't have lost. And I think if we take him back in time, he would kick the crap out of Muhammad Ali in a time machine. Because Muhammad Ali could take a punch because back in his day, they had a Tyson. His name was George Foreman. All right. So, but I think Muhammad Ali is in talks for the greatest of all time. He won the title 3 different times. They only lost it twice. Remember, he was stripped once by the U.S. government. Okay. Everybody but one person that's beat him, he came back and beat, except Larry Holmes. Everybody else, he's came back and beat after they beat him. All right. But so people like, and I'm talking about just the greatest, I'm talking about heavyweights. Here we go. Odin, I have to go with homeboy, boy Roy Boom Boom Mancini. Roy was bad. Heavyweight, I'd say probably Rocky Marciano. Rocky Marciano beat one of the greatest boxers ever, Joe Louis. Joe Louis had it for a long, Well, Joe Louis is the only man that's ever had it for 13 years, the heavyweight title. So actually, Father Time kind of kicked his ass because he got old, diminished skills. But Rocky Marciano beat him, and Rocky Marciano went 49-0. The only heavyweight champion to be undefeated. Only heavyweight. I think there's a middleweight or somebody or bantamweight that's retired. But Rocky Marciano was 49-0. And the only thing killed him was a plane crash after he retired on the side of a mountain. That's what, or no, what side of a mountain. He was, he died crashed in Iowa. Same way Buddy Holly and them guys. Hit some trees when he was coming down, I think it was, if I remember right. My brain's foggy, but I think Rocky Marciano died because he was trying to land and his plane hit some trees. But that's what got Rocky Marciano. So, to me, the greatest heavyweight alive, Muhammad Ali, he was accomplished. The rope-a-dope, what he did to Foreman, the beating that Foreman put on him, and he still won with a broken jaw. And that's in boxing, a broken jaw, that's an important thing because that's like the button they want to hit. And he won that. So Rocky Marciano, 49-0. But because I believe he didn't have the competition, okay, that Ali fought. I mean, come on. Joe Frazier, Ken Norton, Larry Holmes. Larry Holmes was a bad man. He fought George Foreman a couple of times, okay? And boom. And I'm probably missing somebody in there. And a couple of other great heavyweights that he fought. So I'm going to... Rocky Marciano was a bad man. He went undefeated. But to me, in my personal opinion, I got to go with Muhammad Ali. And I know someone's saying, what took you so long? The decision wasn't hard. It kind of is hard because, like I said, I just laid out a picture of why it's kind of hard. But it's Ali for me. Ali's the greatest of all time boxer. Ali, okay. Now I'm just heavyweight. Yeah, Jack Dempsey, he was good. Oscar De La Hoya was great. The guys that wasn't big guys. A lot of them were monsters too. So we cover boxers. Now we're gonna go up here. I'm gonna read off some stuff to you. What they said the top 10 boxers are, Dean. This is according to BET MGM. Okay, some of the greatest fighters in the world. All right. They got number 10, they got Willie Pep. He was 229-11-1. A lot of fights. Henry Armstrong, 149-21-10. He's number 9. Number 8, my apologies. Number 8, Roberto Duran, 103-16. Y'all remember Roberto Duran. Here's your Jack Dempsey, number 7, Dean. He was 53-6-8. All right. That's he was champ from 1919-1923. 12-year boxing run. Number 6, Manny Pacquiao, 62-8-2. Number 5, here you go. Here's the other guy I told you. He's not a heavyweight. Floyd Mayweather. I forgot about Floyd. He's not a heavyweight, though. Floyd Mayweather, 50-0. Never been beat. 50-0. Okay. Number 5. Number 4. Here we go. Rocky Marciano. Rocky Marciano was 49-0. Okay. And he 43 of those 49 were knockouts. He still got the knockout percentage over anybody. Number 3. Sugar Ray Robinson. 174-19-6. Number 2. Y'all know I'm talking about the Brown Bomber, Mr. Joe Louis. He was 66-3, and one of those losses was to Rocky Marciano. And Jake LaMotta ain't on here. I figured he'd be on it somewhere. And number 1, Dean, they agree with us. They got Muhammad Ali, he's the greatest boxer of all time, 56-5. Okay. There you go. He defended his title 11 times before Joe Frazier gave him his first career loss. And then he turned around and come back, and like I said, he beat the guys that beat him. And he came out of retirement, and he won the title again. In total, he had 19 title defenses across his multiple reigns. Ali accumulated 56 wins, 5 losses in his 21-year professional stint. And he's one of the few guys that fought in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. Imagine that. That's a long span. Now, a lot of these guys, you see these big records, they fought long ago. Some of these guys, fought way back, and boxing was different back then too. So, anyway, agree or disagree, gentlemen and ladies, with that record? Agree or disagree? We got so that's what they say. And so let's go back here and let's check out one of the other greatest arguments of all time. Okay, this list is the greatest in all of sports entertainment. And you're going to find one name on here that's going to be a couple names on here that's controversial. Here we go. Number 9. It didn't go with number 10 for some reason, so I'm not reading it right. No, okay. Number 9, Gordie Howe. Gordie Howe won 4 championships. A hockey man. He had 6 MVPs. And he didn't get the Colin Smythe postseason MVP award because it didn't start till 65. And so Gordie Howe, number 9. Number 8, they're going to baseball. They're going to say Mickey Mantle is the 8th greatest of all time. He played from 1951 to 1968. 7 championships. World Series. He had 0 of them. He had 3 league MVPs. Number 7, Joe DiMaggio. 1936, 1942 to 46, and 1951. Okay. He 9 championships, 3 league MVPs, 0 World Series MVPs because it didn't start until 1955. Okay. Number 6, Yogi Berra. You see there's a run of baseballs on here. I don't know if I agree or disagree with that, but okay. Yogi Berra, 1946, 1963, and he came back in 1965. He got 10 championships, 3 league MVPs for Yogi. Number 5, Wayne Gretzky, 1979, 1999. He's got 4 championships. He had 2 Conn Smythe postseason MVPs, and he had 9 league MVPs, a Hart Memorial MVP. Okay. Number 4. Now we're getting into some people here. Number 4, I know you heard this guy, Bill Russell. Bill Russell, 1956 to 1969. He had 11 championships, 5 league MVPs. He never won the MVP finals because it didn't start in 1969. Number 3 of the greatest of all time, Tom Brady, from 2000 to present day. He's got 7 championships. He's got 5 Super Bowl MVPs. He's got 3 league MVPs. Number 2, Babe Ruth, the Bambino, 1914 to 1935, 7 championships. And he didn't have any league MVPs because they didn't start to 1931. And, of course, he didn't have the World Series because they didn't start to 55. He was out by then. And the man leading the league in home runs for a long time. That record he had, he hit a 3.42 hitting. Ruth ended his career at 714 home runs, 2,201 RBIs. He's 4th all-time in runs scored, 2,174. 3rd in home runs, and 2nd in RBIs. Home runs are ahead of Barry Bonds and Hank Aaron are above him. Okay, he holds 3 all-time records in slugging percentage. It's .690. Man, an OPS 1.164. Wow, he played in 10 World Series, winning 7 of them, and had a career 326 batting average with 15 home runs in the World Series. He also had a ridiculous 0.87 ERA in the World Series dead ball era. Ruth makes it to the Hall of Fame as a pitcher, earning 94 wins. People forget about it. He's a pretty great pitcher. 140 starts, 2.2 ERA, most of which was in dead ball era. There's a baseball goat, and it's Ruth. No matter the time he played, like Brady, Ruth was larger than life. All right. And number one, Mr. Michael Jordan, 1984 to 1993, 95 to 98, 2002 to 2003. 6 championships, 6 final MVPs, 5 league championships or MVPs. That's league MVPs, 5 NBA finals, 6 championships. And he had the scoring title. I mean, he was just the greatest of all time. I know a lot of people still want to bring up LeBron. LeBron didn't even make this list. So, So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. You tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. Now, hockey records, I don't know who right now who's the best in hockey. I don't know who's gonna take that Gordie Howe's mantle. I don't know. I don't know if there's anybody going to do it. Wayne Gretzky, I don't think anybody's going to do it. Baseball, Albert Pujols, he's in the 700 club. He retired. I don't know who's close enough to do something like that. Basketball has a lot of great players. You can write any person who don't even watch basketball can at least rattle off at least 5 players that you know. Okay. And I don't watch it no more. I used to watch basketball when the Spurs. I was a Chicago Bulls fan with Jordan and Spurs fan when they had, David Robinson, Kawhi Leonard was there, Tim Duncan. I remember when Tim Duncan came out of. But football right now, football's got a debate going on right now. And it involves Tom Brady and Pat Mahomes. Now, being here in Missouri, North Missouri, I get to see every Chiefs game. I know, and my wife will tell you I wear her ass out with all the football information I go through every day. I know a lot about all the teams. Y'all know that. But to say Patrick Mahomes is the greatest of all time right now, and this is coming from a huge fan. Andy Reid, I talk just like him and everything. I did it to him when I was there. He verified, by the way. But I'm going to say, pump your brakes a minute. He is not the greatest of all time yet. Now, because he hadn't played long enough to get a lot of the accolades that Tom Brady gets. However, I believe if he wins this year, that's back-to-back, or he would be 3 in a row. All right, how back, how I would say it. 3 in a row. To me, that pushes him the greatest of all time because nobody has ever did that, ever. Not Tom Brady, nobody. And I know there's defenses involved and other teams play, but if he wins 3 in a row, that's never been done, then you can label him. Okay. And if he don't win it, that don't mean he's not going to be the greatest. He just more time, he'll rack up more. So, and that's coming from a huge Chiefs fan, huge football fan in general. Patrick Mahomes is not yet the greatest of all time, but he's working there. Let me see. Dean said, "Where's Ken Griffey Jr.?" He didn't make it, and I know. Man, there's times when Kenny Griffey Jr. came in, they're like, he had some critics telling he wasn't gonna do nothing. Man, he come out of the gate and he never let up. He was a great player, great huge player, and I don't think he hit 7,000 or 700. I think he had like 698, 699. I don't think he made the 700. Because I think there's only 4. I know there's Hank Aaron, Barry Bonds, Ruth, Albert Pujols. Ken might hit 7. I have to look that up and see. I don't know. It says, my dad lived Mickey Mantle. Oh, Mickey Mantle. Yeah, I heard a lot of stories about him. He was great. Back when they fought every weekend instead of once or twice a year. Yes, they fought all the time. And, and listen, that's good that they did all the surgery on the brain and figured out that's not good for them. But a lot of you guys, man, like that, had problems. Like Raging Bull Jake LaMotta. That guy was brain was so messed up. You know, he had domestic violence and had all that stuff that had on him. And a lot of them back there they were crazy because they got in a fight. Sullivan back in the day, if you guys remember, he had a weird style, but he didn't have no gloves. And then they switched to having gloves, and it's just yes, punch drunk. That's the word I used to tell my wife all the time, punch drunk. And she wasn't quite sure what that was. And I explained to her, you know, these guys be punch drunk and still fighting. Now they get a standing 10 count. MMA, you just, if you can't defend yourself, they don't even count to 10. If you can't defend yourself, it's over. When you start staggering, when they're in the middle of a fight, they start staggering, we call that punch drunk. And some of your greatest MMA fighters of all time. A lot of people say the Gracies. And they were bad. They were badass. Brock Lesnar comes up, although I don't think Brock Lesnar was the greatest ever. Couture went a long ways. George St. Pierre to me was one of the best to ever do it, and he fought all kind of people. Bones Jones, yeah, that guy, man, he get in trouble, he'll come in the ring, kick somebody's ass, get in trouble in town. You know, next thing you know, he's saving a lady. Some mugger tries to steal a purse. He sidekick him, takes his head halfway off, gives the purse back to him. He's hailed as a hero. Next thing you know, he's down there beating up somebody for something else. So I think, yeah. Even wrestling. Now I'm talking about the Hollywood wrestling. Okay. A huge fan. I know. You're all going to dog me for it, but I watch the crap out of wrestling. I don't miss a freaking episode. But some of those guys, man, they get hurt and they continue going on and they got CTE. I mean, look at Chris Benoit. Great wrestler. But look what he did. He killed his wife and his kid and himself. Chris Benoit, I know people are going to say, well, he had brain damage. He knew what he was doing. The way he killed his son, he knew what he was doing. But those guys get brain damage. They go and they get these injuries and you know, too. Football, Junior Seau. You know, being a Chiefs fan, we played him twice a year when he played for San Diego. And he was a great athlete, but he was just, you know, the CTE ate him up. So I'm glad they got some safety precautions in there, but some of the motor guys, man, they're different era, man. Just different era, man. Punch drunk is a layman's term for brain damage from being hit so much they literally act like they're drunk. That's exactly correct. I met him at an airport once. Who'd you meet at the airport? Chris Benoit or other guy said. So anyway, yeah, CTE. Oh, Junior Seau. Yeah, Junior Seau. Javon Belcher. I don't know if y'all remember him, the linebacker for the Chiefs. He went down and killed his woman and shot himself in the parking lot of the Chiefs. Just committed suicide right at Arrowhead Stadium, right in the parking lot. So there's things. I mean, you know, I know they get paid exorbitant amount of money, but some of these guys, you know, but I mean, some of these guys are a dangerous job. But so are you. There's guys working at a chemical factory. One false move and you fall into a vat of grease, you're dead. Or a vat of chemicals, acid, you're dead. Okay. Military men. I think the guys that wear the real helmets are grossly underpaid. Now, can America afford to pay us what we're worth? No, I understand it. Police officers, up until recently, they didn't make squat. And they're protect and serve. And so, yeah. Okay, he says, Chris Benoit, great guy. Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed watching wrestling. I was built just like him when I come out of the Marine Corps. I did the same, I mean, everything like that. And I think he's about my height. He might be 5'10". I'm between 5 foot and 6 foot. I was 6 foot at my highest point. I was at 6 foot. And when I come out of the Marines, I was 6. So yeah, we were almost same build. Yeah, he was a big dude, man. Good dude. He was a bouncer for a while. A lot of people don't know that. But what he did was, you know, it wasn't good. Wasn't good. All right. That was some of the greatest of all time. You want to throw out a name? I'll argue with you if we got a little time. Before we go any further, I'm going to tell you all about Kelly's Fireworks. Kelly's Fireworks has 2 giant locations in Cameron and Chillicothe and small locations all around North Missouri. Kelly Fireworks offer quality fireworks. You light them and they go off. None of these, you're not buying duds. You're not buying fireworks that don't go off. Kelly's Fireworks are a complete unit. Most of the time they got sales. Buy one, get one free. You buy one, you get another one free. You want to buy a $200, $300 finale? You get another one free. And then when you get to the register, they give you a percentage off again. Veteran discounts. Look up Kelly's Fireworks, Northwest Missouri. You will not be disappointed. Kelly's Fireworks. 2 large locations. Here, Cameron, Chillicothe. Check them out, guys. Kelly's Fireworks. It's that time's coming. Save up your money. Go get some quality fireworks, man. You can have 4 or 5, 6 hours of entertainment with some of the stuff that you get off them, you know, when you eat, all that, have your family over. Check them out. All right, let's do our, I got a trivia question and a whose is it? All right. This is what is it? Who is it? What is it? Who is it? Tell me who this gentleman right here is. All right. You tell me who that is. As you know, you get 100 inches mystery box. And I've been keeping a list right there. And this list will be added. Your name will be added to this list. And you'll have a chance to win the mystery box. And it's starting to fill up a little bit. And that's cool. People have made donations already. We thank you all who people have donated. Check it out. All right. While we're waiting on the answer to that, let's go do our funny memes. We've changed our logo to Comedy Vets. Comedy Vets has changed their logo. You know, before, let me see if I can still find it. Well, I don't have it anymore on there. The old one. The old one was a dog tag. It said Comedy Vets on it. This one here was created by the creator, Comedy Vets, the founder, Jeff Onyx. This is our new logo. Comedy Vets. That's a little dude, you know. Looks like the guy says, for a regular rate, you can get online. Go to the general and save some time. We have a winner. Ding, 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 ding. James Washington Carver. Excuse me, George Washington Carver. There you go. Invented the cotton gin and so much more. That is correct, sir. All right, Dean. You're racking them up, buddy. You're racking them up. Of course, all you need is one to win the box, guys. One to win the box. Okay. Good. All right. Change our logo. I'll let you know about that. Okay. Here we go. First meme. My second attempt at making a salad. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I look good. You look like you're making it right to me. That salad looks good to me. All right. When a cop on a motorcycle gives you a ticket for no seatbelt, you realize it's not about safety. That define irony right there. Right there. That's more dangerous than a car. Uh-huh. This is what irony means. You buy an electric car to save the planet and a tree kills it. There's just so much. There's just so much there. This was sent to me by a viewer, Monica Lewinsky. That photo's not far off. It's not far off. Losing a favorite lure is not an option. I just lost one of my good lures yesterday, matter of fact, fishing with the wife. I did that before. Yeah. Thinking about buying a houseboat. What do you think? I ain't sure that'll float without turning over. It might not turn over. It might be perfectly balanced. It don't look like it's perfectly balanced to me. Let's check the comments here. Not enough bacon on that sandwich. Okay. All right. Let's go down here and catch some of my video memes I got. I got some of these here. Again, Facebook, YouTube. We do not own any of this material. We're not taking credit for this material. We claim Fair Use Act. We are not profiting from this material.
Everybody's in it. All right.
Nice. Oh my gosh.
Okay,
They go, hell no.
Yeah.
He's skilled.
On purpose.
No, he's going straight down. He's crushing it. He's crushing it.
He's good.
Hell yeah.
Right in the middle.
He's literally floating. Dude, he's getting lift. He's catching lift.
Holy shit.
He's catching lift. He's soaring. That's cool. Beautiful. Oh no.
And then he wrecked. He's so excited that he couldn't control himself. He had a wreck. But that's cool, man. I ain't doing it, but that's cool.
Oh, there it goes.
Watch this. It's like dominoes.
Oh my God.
I told you.
I think they were missing some bracing. Watch it again.
Oh, there it goes.
Oh my God.
I told you.
The bottom shifted is what happened. When the bottom started shifting because it didn't have enough, plywood to tie all that together. House, you got to build it right. Okay. The plywood ties that stuff in too. It helps strengthen up. You got to have bracing on it to get it done. Bet they'll do it next time. Sorry. Wrong.
Based on its size, if your bottom were a planet, which one would it be?
America.
America?
They vote.
Rachel, name something about Superman you might make fun of.
His mask?
That's Terry Bradshaw's daughter. Which y'all don't know.
Does he wear a mask? I don't know.
She didn't know Superman's the most iconic
This
superhero
is
ever.
when your answer doesn't have a chance. When you give the answer and the audience goes, what?
I ain't gonna look. I literally
What
want to
mask?
I don't know. I want to just...
Make fun of his mask.
I know Steve Harvey sometimes says, do I even have to ask? I know he doesn't have the answers on his card, but I know he's thinking, I ain't saying that. That's okay. Let's move on.
Be careful, fellas.
So I cut this lady's yard, and I go inside to get paid. And she says she's not going to pay me. So I asked her why. She's like, 'cause we're married. Wow.
I ain't asking mine. I like mowing my yard. I mow a lot. 2.5 acres every time I mow. Big yard. This is funny. There you go. That's what I would do. Drop him. Couple of women start crying. I don't care. That's funny. I don't care who you are.
Round 3, Eddie yells, I'll stand in the middle. Even if I stand in the
Watch
middle,
this.
you still
It's
do
like me and my
nothing.
two
This
sons.
isn't a freak fight. I'm a freak.
Yep.
Hit me. Come on. Go on. Can Eddie catch him?
Still
Oh,
don't pay
he
attention.
fell over.
That's what
That's the
happened.
most
Jump on me.
exciting it's been.
What?
Oh, he went for a tackle. Swingy backhand.
Ooh.
Punch. Power bomb. Destination fucked. There it is. Oh, he's holding onto his leg like when you fight your big brother. Do whatever you can. Crikey. Fuck me to the shadow realm and back. Are they dead? Was that a death? I don't think so. No, he's breathing. Oh, the one that's still mobile and conscious has to go back in. This is getting sadistic. Little buddy, I feel bad for you. He's down. Just climb out. I don't care at this point. You guys put on a good show. You can run away. Nah, Ed's got you. You're fucked now. Ed asks permission from the ref. Can I hit him? Yeah, go for it. Couple of hits, no worries. Just taps, really. Your brother will shit and piss the bed for a week, says Ed. I'll check you for concussion, Ed. Just quick concussion test. I'm totally fine.
Somebody owes me some royalty money because I thought of that, tag team MMA a long time ago. Let's check the comments. Public education system. Yeah, I agree. That's a big dude. Yeah, yeah. That's yeah, a big dude. And also the two tiny dudes trying to fight him. That was done for a charity event. What that was. That's why they hugged each other afterwards. 2-on-1 for charity event. All right. This takes care of some of your memes for the day. Hope you all enjoyed them. Those are, I collect them during the week and stuff, and I hope everybody enjoys them. Now let's move on this day in history. Okay. We all know where I get this. I get off the History Channel. Okay. And you get things off the History Channel, they pretty well know about history. Should. Of course, history can be lied to, too. Lied about, anyway. All right. June 11th. Understand history. 1963. University of Alabama desegregated. By the way, happy birthday to legendary quarterback Joe Montana. I don't know if it's on here or not, but Joe Montana's birthday is today. Shout out to him. 4 Super Bowl titles. He was the greatest of all time until Tom Brady come along. This day in history, 1509, Henry VIII marries his first wife, Catherine of Aragon. Okay. 323 BC, Alexander the Great dies. 1979, the Duke, John Wayne, passes away. That's sad. 1963, Buddhist mutilates himself in protest. Excuse me. A Buddhist emulates himself in protest. 1944, J.F. Kennedy received Medal of Gallantry. 1788, Russian explorer, oh boy, Izmailov arrives at Yukon Bay, Alaska. 1949, Hank Williams Sr. makes his Grand Ole Opry debut. The rest of that's history there, boys. 1982, E.T., the Extraterrestrial, was released. Wow, I'm getting old because that movie. Wow. 1955, race car and Le Mans crashed into spectators, killing 83. Race car at Le Mans, crashed into spectators, killing 83, 1955. And that is one of the reasons why they got some of the buffering and the concrete walls they have today. 1989, China issues warrant for Tiananmen descendant sheltering in U.S. Embassy. 1776, Congress appoints a committee of 5 to draft the Declaration of Independence. 1776. Because you know what comes next? July 4th, Independence Day. That, ladies and gentlemen, is what happened today, June 11th. in history. And again, happy birthday to Michael Jordan. All right. Now we're going to do missing persons. And you guys know this is one of the segments we take seriously on here. There's no redneck, you can't see very well, but I try real hard to get the word out about these ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls on here. And so we're going to do another one today. Here we go. All right, guys. Melissa Fu. And it's kind of weird because we just buried Tai Fu, put him to rest in the Leavenworth National Cemetery over in Kansas. Beautiful ceremony. Absolutely beautiful. I thought he was cremated. He'll get there as a casket. Whoa. Awesome. But an awesome funeral. Rest in peace, brother. Melissa Fu, age 13 years old at the time of her disappearance. Hair, dark brown. Eyes, brown. Height, 5'11". At 13, she was 5'11". Wow. Weight, 200 pounds. She's a female, and she was Asian. Fu was last seen wearing a black tracksuit. Details. Melissa Fu and her mother, Amber Aziz, were last seen on Friday, November 22nd, 2019, at approximately 6 p.m. at their residence located in the area of Mickelson Drive and University Drive in Irvine, California. There are suspicious circumstances surrounding their disappearance, and 2 people seen in the vicinity of their residence near the time of their disappearance are being sought for questioning. The unknown individuals are possibly associated with a black Cadillac. Unknown model. They are described as follows. A Chinese female in her 40s, approximately 5'8", with an average build and black hair worn in a bun. A Chinese male in his 40s, approximately 5'10", weighing 190 pounds. I didn't say weighing. I should say estimate weighing 190 pounds. Weighing 190 pounds with an average build and a short black hair. Again, guys, submit a tip. If you have any information concerning the kidnappings, that's what they're calling them, the kidnappings of these individuals, please contact the FBI's Los Angeles field office at 310-477-6565. Tips may also be submitted anonymously online at tips.fbi.gov. You may also contact your local FBI office or nearest American embassy or consulate. Field office is Los Angeles. Submit an anonymous tip online. Down right here, you see her mother. That's her mother, Amber Aziz. That's the mother and the daughter. I first thought that was enhanced. You know, what Melissa might look like, but if she's missing 2019, she's not that far enhanced. But there she is, Melissa, and her mother, Amber. Guys, if you can help them out, have any information, please contact FBI. The family, I'm sure, misses them. Great deal. All right. As we're waiting on our buddy J-Dub to come on for his outdoor section, we're going to do another trivia question. All right, everybody get ready. This is a trivia. All right, it's 25 inches into the mystery box. 25 inches in the mystery box. You can tell me the correct answer. What singer has the most songs in movies? What singer has the most songs in movies? Like theme songs or songs being played. Okay. I tell you, I was tricked on this question. And that's why I brought it to y'all today. I was tricked. I thought it was somebody else. So, yeah. But no, it's not Kenny Loggins. Kenny Loggins, I had like 2 major ones. But, all right. Okay, we'll go back here and see. Back to the topic here. The greatest of all times. Now we're going to go to here. We're going to argue comedy. Comedy has some power hitters. Okay. Some that people know that are current. Some, ding, 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 ding. We have a winner. Look at him clean up. You guys got to have some of these questions now. Dean's pulled out ahead of y'all. Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan is correct. You get 25 more. I thought, I didn't know who it was. And I started guessing because, you hear like the same people. ZZ Top has a bunch of them. Kenny Loggins has a bunch of them. Glenn Fry and the Eagles, AC/DC. But no, it was Bob Dylan. Now, I don't know one damn Bob Dylan song in these movies. So that's why I didn't even guess Bob Dylan. I know he's supposed to be a great singer. I'm not a fan of him. I don't think he's that good at art. But anyway, comedy. The greatest in comedy. You got some hard hitters. You got Richard Pryor, George Carlin, Lenny Bruce. Okay, Lenny, he's up there. Eddie Murphy, still going today. Bernie Mac was getting close, but I don't think Bernie Mac's the greatest, although he's a very funny man. And he inspired some of my writings, some jokes that some stories out of me, kind of like his, reminded me. Robin Williams. The gentleman, I slipped my Kevin Winslet, or Winslet. Forgive me if I'm saying his name wrong. The dude that does all those impressions was in the movie there. He did all the impressions. So who's the greatest? Who's the greatest? And this is coming from a great comedian. I'm gonna say me, but if I got to give you a greatest comedian of all time, I'm stuck. I can give you a Mount Rushmore, but to me, Police Academy. Thank you, Dean. Thank you, Kevin Winslow, not Winslet. I think Kate Winslet. She's in Titanic. Kevin Winslow. Yes, Police Academy. Yeah, man can do a voice. He can do sounds, all kinds of sounds. Why is Martin Lawrence good? Martin Lawrence good, but he's not the greatest of all time. I'm funny, Martin Lawrence. This is a struggle for me because I love a lot of them. I said watch comedy on my phone. Richard, George. So I'm going to say, to me, the greatest comedian ever. Man, I'm stuck between Eddie Murphy and Richard Pryor. Because you got to remember, when I was growing up, I was catching the end of Richard, or kind of middle toward the end of Richard, and I was catching the first part of Eddie, and then kept up with Eddie all the time. I memorized Raw and Delirious, his two greatest albums, and was saying them when I was a teenager. Memorized them when I was, doing those comedy bits for people. Man, I'm going to say, to me personally, Richard Pryor is the greatest comedian ever, because Richard Pryor, he would go to churches and perform. He'd perform in bars. He'd perform in high schools, clubs. It didn't matter. He always had something for somebody. He's on Johnny Carson show a lot back in the day. So was Robin Williams, and so was George Carlin. George Carlin's a well-known atheist. He had a lot of religious jokes. Richard Pryor talked a little bit about cocaine. He almost got burned up freebasing. We all know that. When you have a tragedy like that, you come back, you make jokes about it, and be well-written stuff. I mean, you gotta be number one. You just do. Eddie got in trouble a few times. Of course, he's a comedian. He did get him and Michael Jackson had a conflict before, and Mr. T, y'all remember that deal? He got Mr. T. Mr. T though loves Eddie. He said it. So Richard Pryor to me is the greatest comedian of all time. You guys tell me who you think the greatest comedian of all time is. You can put me down if you want to. That's great. I don't have the money that other guys have got yet, but my wife and I are working on that. We covered TV show Doctors. We covered Western movies. Let's see, Dean. Oh, Dean said Tim Allen also got busted with cocaine. Yeah, he's an outspoken Republican too. And he got shows canceled and come on to other networks and stuff. The question to be is, who's the greatest female comedian? And I got news for you. I don't know. There's some funny ladies. Don't get me wrong. Men are funny, but you got some funny ladies out there too. Wanda Sykes is one of the greatest. Yeah, she's still going on. I'm not. There's that one blonde girl, kind of chubby blonde girl, ugly. Her dad's a senator. I can't stand her. I think she's a stupid comedian. Don't like her at all. Dean said Red Fox. Red Fox. I love Red Fox. I do his impression on stage and get standing ovation off the guy. Loved him. He had some nasty ass albums. Funny though. See, I'm one of them guys. I don't care if it's nasty as long as it's funny. Now, again, I don't like domestic violence or getting raped or anything like that. I don't condone that stuff. But you get a little adult, a little dirty sometimes. Sometimes that's fine. Every show, it's not. And Red Fox, man, it was amazing. I watch Sanderson to this day. So, Red Fox, good job on that, Dean. I love Red Fox. Moms Mobley. I heard of him. I don't remember what he was. Some people put on here Bill Burr. No, Bill Burr ain't funnier than me. Okay. In my list, you got to be funnier than the comedian who's telling the list to be on the comedian's list. And Bill Burr's not. And some of the things these guys say about women, and he downgrades women a lot. And I can't go with that, I can't go with that. Being my culture, Native American culture, I can't do it. I mean, me and my wife get into it. I worry about it for 3-4 days because, I love her and don't want to hurt her feelings. So, says, nah, Bill Crutcher is funnier than Bill Burr. Yes, I wholeheartedly agree with that. I think Bernie Mac is very funny. Cat Williams, you guys know I play Cat Williams on here a lot. Love Cat Williams, but he's not the GOAT. But he's close to my list. Steve Harvey, he's funny. He does a lot of funny stuff. Funny material. Martin Lawrence, my wife said Martin Lawrence. Yeah. D.L. Hewley, those like that. But the women, Wanda Sykes kills me. There's that bigger black lady, got the high pitched voice. She did a prison show for the prison. Well, I can't remember. It's just on the tip of my tongue. She was the one who was in the Cat Williams movie and said, "Say hi to your daddy." That woman right there, that black lady right there, killer. Man, I can't get over that one. I'm talking about was Tammy something, or that she's not funny. Her daddy was a senator, or is a senator. Oh, she's just not funny. She's stupid, just not funny. So women comedians, I don't know. I've heard some funny ones. I've heard some funny bits from them. I don't know. Not no disrespect. I just couldn't tell you who the greatest all is. So I'm just going to say Wanda Sykes because I've heard her over and over and over. She kills me. She makes me laugh. We had to right now the greatest GOAT singer of all time. Here's where I debate a lot of people. According to several sites on the internet, they got Freddie Mercury as the greatest male singer in the world. To me, I disagree with that. He's good, but he's good. I don't quite agree with his sound. His sound is not for me. But Freddie Mercury, to me, is not the greatest male singer in the world. What I look for from a male singer is, will you go back and listen to him over and over and over and over and over again? Will your mate listen to him with you over and over and over and over and over again? Can he drop a lot of panties? I'm just saying, don't kill me for saying that. But, you get what I'm saying. Is he pleasant? Now, if we go female first, before we get to the males, go female. Here's one right here. Dean's trying to put in Stevie Nicks. Got a voice. Is she number one greatest female singer? Entertaining. Janis Joplin had a raspy voice. Was she good? She was entertaining, but was she a great singer? I'm going to give you 4 names, female singers. And then you give me you tell me what you think. Of course, coming out of the gate, I'm going Whitney Houston. One of the greatest female singers of all time. Patsy Cline. Those 2 right there, you can battle for me for number 1. You got Adele, sings, pretty good. And Alanis Morissette. Have them voices that can just sing and go high, go low, go out, like that. Aretha badass. My wife's Frank Sinatra. Sweetheart, we're not on the menu yet. We're not there on the menu yet, baby. Frank Sinatra, though, can sing. He's entertaining, but he's not the greatest to me. I think Janice would have been out of this world if she was sober. Oh, man. Yeah. Well, what's that lady that overdosed? Oh. Amy Winehouse. Amy Winehouse had a voice, too. And again, what would it have been? So, I don't know. To me, I'm going to say Whitney and then Patsy. Top two females. Patsy was cut short. Okay. Wife says Joan Jett. Yeah, Joan Jett was, excellent. Patsy Cline. Yeah, Patsy she could bellow. She could do things that no other woman could do. She's an anomaly. Now we flip over to men. There's a gentleman I took off my Mount Rushmore because there's only 4. But he's got a voice that you can listen to. That's Keith Whitley. Keith Whitley could just sing his ass off. I seen Loretta come up. Yes. My dog, or my wife named her dog after Loretta. Okay, that's how much fan she is. Loretta was great. Dolly, she can still sing. And Loretta's she's on that Mount Rushmore list, in my opinion. But, Keith Whitley can sing. The man can bellow. He gets cut short because he had a problem as well, and he drank himself to dead blood poisoning. Man can sing, not in the body work. So we start off with we got George Jones, and I've seen somebody just put on here. George Jones is a GOAT. I'm gonna give you a couple names, maybe counter that. I'm gonna leave that right there because I'm gonna give you a couple other names. So I got George Jones on my top 4 list. I got Waylon. Okay, some of you think he can't sing. I think he can sing pretty good, and he's talented. He can play multiple instruments. Got old Waylon. Okay. Got Kenny Rogers. Kenny. That dude, women love that man. Men love that man. Kenny can bellow. He can sing. Johnny Cash. Johnny Cash has a distinct sound, and he's entertaining. Of those, I'm going to say Conway Twitty. Conway Twitty is the ever-loving man. Conway Twitty. All right, he's the best I have on the list. Conway Twitty can sing. Women listen to him. Men listen to him. A lot of babies were named, after him. Conway and Harold. His real name is Harold Jenkins. He can really set the mood, if you know what I mean. So you say George. George is that guy can sing, and he had substance abuse problem, and he can still sing his ass off. Okay. George and Conway are tied at first. Okay. See, this is good. This is a good, healthy debate. This is something worth debating. Okay. Conway and George Jones have a huge body of work. If Conway didn't die in 1993, George Strait would have never caught him with number 1 albums. Okay. Never caught him. Another guy can sing. He can sing the phone book is Ronnie Millsap. Oh, man, she put it up here just the way I said it. Ronnie Millsap, he's the 3rd all time of number 1 hits. Number 2 is Conway. Number 1 is George Jones or George Strait. Excuse me, George Strait. George Strait would never caught Conway if he didn't die in 1993. And so, George Strait's good. And so do a lot of country because a lot of country have that voice and a soul. Chris Stapleton right now is one of the new powerhouses right now. Chris Stapleton has got a voice. He can just sing. He's awesome. Rock and roll. I know I get a lot of feedback about this, and I just do. But what's that saying right there? I've seen Ronnie Millsap. He didn't see me. Yeah, I know. Damn, I waved to Ronnie. He didn't wave back. Oh, what? That's funny. Great singer. Still alive. Amazingly. Anyway, I get a lot of feedback from this. Axl Rose, to me, he's a great singer. He didn't do well in music in school, but he come alive and sing. Bon Scott and Brian Johnson from AC/DC, both those guys, one went right into another. They made a smooth transition. Both those guys can sing. But Freddie Mercury on the rock and roll side would be, to be honest with you, he wouldn't be in my top 4. He'd probably come in number 5. People think, well, you don't like him because he's homosexual and stuff like that. That really don't have nothing to do with it. Kind of really don't have nothing to do with it. But, when you got the lead singer Aerosmith, Steven Tyler, looks like he's swallowing a microphone, and he can do all that stuff. It ranges his voice too. Made more money. You got to kind of put Steven Tyler in there as well. My wife just put Michael Jackson down there. Michael Jackson, he was the king. We ain't the GOAT. Elvis. I'm surprised somebody put Elvis on there yet. Axl was a great singer. He was a great singer. A lot of people argue me about that and tell me he's not. He is. He just is. So those we can argue those points and people can say what they want, but that's the purpose of the greatest. They're using the word greatest of all time. A lot of these country singers, I believe a person has to quit doing what they're doing before they get labeled the greatest of all time, unless they got some feat that absolutely no one else can do. Don't have enough time to do in their career. Then you talk about it. Dale Earnhardt, to me, the dad, and he was one of the greatest race car drivers ever. You can argue so was Richard Petty. Somebody say Jeff Gordon. Jeff Gordon was a little crybaby a lot of times. He might have had some skills, but he whined too much. You know what I'm saying? I just never really liked Jeff Gordon. Never got on board with him. I quit watching NASCAR because I didn't really like the crap he would do. I was talking to some guys one time about NASCAR or racing cars, and some guy said Bo and Luke Duke. He said they were the best drivers I ever seen. Okay, but it's Hollywood, right? That's Hollywood. Stop, Hollywood. So yeah, Dale Earnhardt. I don't even know who. I know there's a Waltrip in there. There's a guy that does Lowe's commercials. Dude here from Missouri is pretty good from down south. I wouldn't even know anymore, who's the greatest and who's not in NASCAR. And again, that's nothing bad. I just evolved. It's different, it's different. The greatest action series or TV show, same thing, TV show or movie. Y'all know where I'm going with this. Here's my criteria. It must have had longevity, and it must have been when it went off the air, it must have been pulling views. It's the movie I'm going to tell you about, the series I'm going to tell you about, kept the viewers when they finally canceled the contract of it because the guy wanted to go out on top, and that's Walker, Texas Raider with Chuck Norris. That is the greatest action TV series. Now they don't have scenes like that in modern movies now because people are soft, and that offends people. Okay, but that one, and Chuck Norris is one of the greatest action heroes ever. Now you got a lot of great ones out there. Michael Jamal White, Jaleel White, he was on there. What's up, guys? Luke is in the house. Hey, brother. What's up, brother? Justin's in the house. So, Jason Statham, Wesley Snipes is still doing it. Denzel Washington, he's made some great. Equalizer movies are badass. What was that guy? Liam Neeson. There's a lot of John Wick. You better not forget about John Wick. He said, "Damn it, fat thumbs." Taking Liam, yeah. Liam kind of reminds me of me. Well, you grab my daughter. I actually grabbed the wrong daughter, but you can have her. Forget it. I'm just kidding. I'd go get her back. MacGyver, Airwolf, and Knight Rider. Beautiful. They don't have that stuff on there like we had when we were kids. MacGyver. I tried that trick where you take the bubble gum, the cellophane of bubble gum, and I weeded it in between straight hook, and the damn thing worked because it acted like a blade. Like when there were blades on a lure, it worked. Now you can't use it a lot. Once it gets real wet and pulls on it, and it's no good. But it will work. And I've seen it go through the water work, and I've seen fish come up to it. And so I know it draws them in there. That's kind of cool. Liam Neeson had a specific set of skills. He will find you, and you will unlive you. Unlive you. Yes. The original Incredible Hulk. Yes, the original Hulk with Lou Ferrigno. Yeah. Yeah. $6 million Man. You know, I loved that show when I was a kid. I had a little T-shirt, had a little bonnet, the bionic eye on it. You know, you got some TV series like some drama series. You had the Waltons. You had Little House on the Prairie that scored big. But to me, Walker Texas Ranger was action drama, and it had some comedy in it. But and they went out on top. Okay, he was still pulling good ratings when Chuck Norris decided to quit doing it, want to focus more on other things. So there you go. Lawrence Fishburne is a badass. Lawrence Fishburne's in a couple of them. Yeah, he's pretty good. Wesley Snipes and a lot of them. Jason Statham. You got still got the old boy that does Swift Stallone, Rocky guy. They still put on some stuff like that. My aunt and uncle house backs up to Farrah Fawcett Farm. My aunt and uncle's house backs up to Farrah Fawcett Farm. Cool. Golden Girls, yeah. Samuel Jackson, yeah. Equalizer. He had some great ones too. So yeah, there's certain people that wife and I will go to the movie theater and watch. Okay. And some of them will wait for it to come out in DVD. All right. The Fall Guy, that's yeah. That was good too. And Lee Majors had a couple big hits back to back. He never had to work again, but he's in several things. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things back in the day. You know, MASH, the Cosby Show was actually funny. MASH was funny. It wasn't his slapstick. There's nothing. It was just funny. It wasn't. Yeah, I love MASH. That's a good movie, good show. I'm trying to think of some of the ones we watched. Oh, I watched that one with Mork and Mindy. It didn't last long, but it was funny for what it was for Robin Williams. Robin Williams could carry something for the most part. Mrs. Doubtfire was a great movie. He played it in a dress, and he was extremely funny in it, and he was awesome. Bonanza was good. The Rifleman, all those were great movies. Dean Cerny, a big shout out to Dean Cerny for Justin. Yeah. So the greatest of all time, Kung Fu. It was on there. Focus Grasshopper. A lot of sayings that come out of Kung Fu, you know, were stood the test of time. Now 30 years later, after Tombstone, your Huckleberry, you know, you're no Daisy. You got a lot of them. Jeffersons. Yes, the Jeffersons. Jeffersons was a spinoff of All in the Family. All in the Family. Sanford and Son. You know, I got that dang ringtone from my dad. Robin Williams in 1 hour photo played a perfect creepy bad guy. Yeah, I've never seen that one, Justin. I've never seen that one. I'll have to check it out and see. If that ain't one of the most recognizable themes to a TV show, besides, you know, Walker Texas Ranger for me, I don't know what is, man. I don't know. That is a most recognizable tune I've ever heard. See, it says, go watch it. It will mess with your head. I don't know if I should be messing my damn head or not. I'm already messed up anyway. I'm the creepy guy around my family. Yeah. Thank you all for joining in, man. We sure do appreciate it. You guys tune into us and listen to a silly little redneck run his mouth about stuff. That's cool. I'm glad that we can agree and disagree on stuff, you know, and do it the proper way. We all have different likes, things that we do. You know, Dean brought up your Knight Rider. I love Knight Rider. I forgot all about Knight Rider. David Hasselhoff was good in that. I didn't care much about Baywatch. It was kind of just too much, you know. I like Jaws. You know, that's why I like seeing on the bay on the beach was Jaws. But there was several. I mean, wrestling. When wrestling first came out, everybody and their son, every dad and their son, dad and daughters, hell, moms and them watched wrestling come out. My family was no different. My mother loved Bob Backlund, the goofiest damn wrestler there was. My mother just loved this guy. Thought he was handsome, even big old bug-eared looking weirdo, but great wrestler. But Bob Backlund, that was her thing back in that day. That's when Hogan started coming around, the Iron Sheik and stuff like that. That back when it wasn't drama like a lot of like it is today, really. You know what I'm saying? Dude, Night Rider wasn't shit. I still want Kid. Yeah, everybody still wants Kid. Wrestling sucks now. It's just a soap opera. And it's a terrible soap opera. When Stone Cold Steve Austin retired and left, started going downhill. When The Undertaker left, I watch it, and a lot of times I watch Forensic Files. You know, because sometimes, like a wife coming the other day, she said, "Could you turn it for smut control? I don't want to see the women out there, all too many crotch shots and all that stuff." I said, "No, I watch it because it sucked. And a couple of dudes are wrestling, so I don't know. It's just nothing stays the same." My favorite wrestler back in the day, Dean says, was George Animal Steel. Love George Animal Steel. Coco Beware. Justin said, The Ultimate Warrior. Yeah. I mean, the list can go on and on and on. And they're great wrestlers and stuff. And so, all kind of my greatest wrestler of all time, since we're on the GOAT topic here, there's no question for me who it is. It's Stone Cold Steve Austin. The guy he kind of reminded me of me, beer drinking redneck, didn't give a shit. Okay, he was good. Then I had the Undertaker. All right, the man was just a showman. The things he would do was a showman. Hulk Hogan was up there, right? And then you had The Rock, and then the Ultimate Warrior up in there. Everybody else just kind of filled in pretty good. I'm glad to see him. Okay, great, you're here. Thank you for coming. Kane's up there. But those Undertaker and Stone Cold right there. Stone Cold 1, Undertaker 2, and Hogan 3. Those are the greatest, of all time. Undertaker definitely good. The Undertaker was a showman. And when they came to Kansas City, I went to Kansas City, Missouri one time. They came to Kemp Arena, which just as you know, it's no longer Kemp Arena no more. Man, I was sitting at least 15 rows up. Okay, and Kane, the guy plays Kane, and Undertaker come out, and it seemed like their head was even with the damn rows. Okay, I mean, they were just larger than life. The way the light hits them, stuff, and that was great. The Big Show, that dude's a monster of a man. Back when he was with the WWE, huge man. Mark Henry was just. These guys are massive men. To most standards, I'm a big man. Okay, I bench press quite a bit. I'm a big man. Some of these wrestlers dwarf me. Some of these wrestlers, I look like a little bitty dude next to. I've went next to some players of Kansas City Chiefs and been bigger and taller and bigger than they are, right? But not in wrestling. Wrestling, and the bodies on these guys are just, I'm not that way, but they're in shape. Okay. Yeah, I know it's fake. We all knew, but their muscles ain't fake. And the way they have to learn how to take that fall ain't fake. But so, yeah, it's just different time. Things are all different now. And we're in a time where they got TV shows coming out where they slit their own throat, okay? What I'm talking about is this. I used to watch Quantum Leap a lot, okay? Let me get this comment. 7 foot tall is tall as hell. 6'9" and 7 foot, yeah, you get out the way with them gentlemen. Quantum Leap. Now, the original Quantum Leap, I watched it. I know it was goofy, but it was cool. It was cool. They actually made sense and made you kind of believe Quantum Leap was possible. The new Quantum Leap come out. It's too damn woke. It's too politically. It's too. I mean, they gotta have just. Okay, brother. Okay, hang on. They gotta have certain things, and they gotta talk about certain things, and and I just can't. I can't deal with it. And it made no sense, so they took it off because it lost ratings and stuff. And hang on, guys, I want to show you something by Justin Kenny. Just a second. I'll pull this up for you. All right, Justin Kenny, here we go. It's okay. They just called me guilty too on all 3 counts of weapons possessions. Yeah. So, I mean, woohoo. And they're going to get more than that on him. He's got other charges too. They're going to get on him. But that's funny. That's funny. Yeah. Get him off the TV. I don't care about that. The old school Doctor Who. Yeah, he was That was good too. Yeah. Quantum Leaps is so woke. They had to have people in there transgender and talking about binary, non-binary. Crap. This is delusional shit, is what that is. And so now they want to know if they're going to have one ending. I don't care if it comes back on as long as they got that crap in there. If we come back to the original Quantum Leap, finding Sam and all that stuff, that's fine. I'll watch it again. But this newfangled crap, and a lot of things are like that, guys. Everything's like that. You see everything's Hollywooded up. Be real about stuff. We watch that McBee Dynasty. They're only like 13 miles from my house. We go through the country. Okay, the United States on USA Channel about people out of Gallatin, Missouri, start car washes, and they're rich people and got helicopters, all this crap. And they're not even the most popular people in Davies County. My family's the Outlaws. They're about to have a movie about us. I'm gonna give you a shirt that says King Dynasty on, by the way. But they're Hollywood that stuff. They got scripts instead of being real. And a lot of these shows come out days you can't watch. My wife watches Chicago Fire. Some of that's not too bad. Chicago PD, some of that's not too bad. I'm not a fan of the Popo, but some of it's not too bad. But without football coming on, I just can't, He watches a lot of YouTube now. Well, that's probably a good thing. We're waiting on Justin here to come on here for a little bit and talk about some things with us. So, Justin, if you got an opportunity, come on in. That McBee show was BS from the start to finish. It literally just made him look like white trash with money. That's exactly what it did. The dad's a hoe, made him pretend to be a hoe. You don't want to do that. If you try to get investors, $100 million investor, you don't want to act like you can't run your household and shit ain't together. Come on, man. But whatever. They got paid money to do it. Some people got $250,000 an episode. Some got $1 million an episode. There's money out there on TV, guys. Money on TV. But you got to be able to bring it back and keep watching it. The shows that keep coming back every year, we're doing well. They said shows that come out on Monday night do the best. But here's the problem. Everything I've read said you put a show on Monday night, it dies. It's dead, especially at a certain time slot, especially from September all the way to February, because Monday Night Football rules. All right, Monday Night Football has been king forever. It just takes away views. Well, wrestling has Monday nights also. So Monday nights is not very good. A lot of people, the ratings are up on it. Friday night wrestling, Tuesday through Friday is a great time to put shows on. But you're telling you Monday night rules. Monday night don't rule. Monday night's bad time slot. They're crazy. I'm trying, but I need the StreamYard link again. Damn Facebook and their cryptic site. Ah, crap. Hang on. Let me give it to you again. A lot of you don't know your chats. Some of you got to give codes now on your chats. So that's probably what's going on here. They've got him for a chat code. So it's all silly. All right, jdubs, see what that does for you. See if that help you out. Your last comment got flagged. Huh. I don't see what the problem is there. Use English. Huh. The McBee one. Huh. I don't understand why I did. Stop flagging my stuff, Facebook, YouTube. You have no right. You have no right to flag anything on here. There's no hateful speech going on. That's just terms we use on it. This is a redneck site and comedian site. So yeah, you can pull your lip over your head and swallow. All right, guys, we're bringing my good buddy here, the owner, proprietor of BB Nation, our good friend, everybody's friend. If you ain't his friend, go F yourself if you're not his friend. But brother, how you doing? I wore something for you today. Huh?
I know, right? That's awesome. I hopped on, I got home from work and everything else, got ready to hop on here. I was like, all right, pull the work shirt off, grab a, fresh shirt for the show. And that just happened to be the first one I grabbed and hop on here. I was like, I like your taste, amigo. I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah. Well, I hadn't worn in a while. I lost a little bit of weight, so it doesn't grab me like it does. Like a fat man in a warm blanket no more. But this is a quality ass shirt, man. This damn thing. I'll have you know, this is one of top 2 shirts that I've never cut the sleeves off on. Okay,
Really?
That people give me. I'm so honored by it. I've never cut the sleeves off this shirt. Okay, it's got patterns on there and stuff, and so the rest of my shirts I cut the sleeves off because I get hot and
Right.
Yours, no. Out of respect for my friends, for the shirt, I treat it good. And the wife even put stain blocker on here to keep it me because when a pig goes to a trough and eats, he makes a mess.
Right. By God. Well,
Yeah.
I am honored that you hold the Gunny Highway shirt in such high regard. So
Yeah.
I don't know if I know some of our OG BB followers, recognize this one as one of the older shirts. That was actually, I think it was the second one that we did.
Right.
Because we did 3 BB shirt runs. The first one was a quote about no demon, no shell. Then there was the Gunny Highway. When in doubt, ask yourself what would Gunny Highway do.
Mhm.
And then on the last one we did was the Thomas Jefferson quote in regards to a tyrannical government.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, this shirt here got me into a fist fight once. Okay.
Oh, really?
I was in the supermarket. I think I called a high tech right after it happened. But the gentleman was staring at me in the supermarket. Okay. Now I'm not appealing to gay men, so if somebody's staring at me, they obviously want to fight. Okay, because I'm not appealing to nobody.
Fair.
I married the only woman I was appealed to, so took care of that. Anyway, he kept looking at me. So I said, "Can I help you?" He goes, "Man, turn around." Right? You don't tell another man to turn around. He goes, "No, man, that's the most excellent shirt I ever seen." I'm like, "Oh, okay." So I turn around. He goes, "Man," he goes, "You got any more of those? You want to sell that?" I said, "Well, I could put in a call, but I don't. I mean, this come out of Oregon." He goes, "I love it." He said, "I'm gonna move to fucking Oregon right now. That's a beautiful shirt you got on there." So after that, I'm thinking, well, I'm the only guy in the state of Missouri's got one of these.
Yeah, that's true.
It is.
That's what. No, hey, didn't we hook Goose up with one too? I know I've seen him in the comments here coming along here a while ago. I don't remember if Goose got one or not.
I don't know either. I think I was the only one that got one, but maybe I didn't. I don't know. I don't know if Goose is still on here or not. They might have hit his account, which is dumb because, his comment wasn't untrue. He didn't lie. He didn't lie about anything.
Did he get zucked again?
I don't know. He said his comment did, so I don't know if he's still on here or not.
Oh, man.
I know Dean's still on here.
Right. Well, I tell you what. So I apologize for my my absence last week. However, I was reacquiring my my POV, my mode of transportation to get me around. Yeah, the joys of electronics on modern day vehicles. I miss the days when dealing with ignition issues was about $30 and about a half hour of your time if you had a half-ass idea what you were doing to replace it versus the new ones that are all electronic. You have to have a dealership involved. The parts themselves run you about $600-700 just for the freaking module and everything else. It's insane. But I gotta give props and kudos to my buddy Jesse Lane over there with the Fallen Outdoors. He was kind enough to hook a brother up. Apparently microelectronics is his jam, from what he says, and saved me a boatload of money by doing a little bit of desoldering and soldering work for yours truly. And yeah, so with that, I say kudos to you, sir, and thank you very much. So far, so good on the ignition repair.
That's excellent because labor on some of this stuff is outrageous.
Oh, dude!
So when I see somebody repair something, I'm nosing. I'm looking right over their shoulder, right? And if I got to have a certain tool, I'll go buy that damn tool, okay? Because I know one day I'm going to need it. And you're like,
"Oh yeah,
well, don't watch because you won't call me again." Yeah, that's right.
That's kind of the idea.
I mean, if it takes you less than 5 minutes to put a piece on, you want to charge me $150 for labor? You're freaking insane. You're nuts.
Yeah, for 1 hour. Yeah. Okay.
I get a show up fee. Okay, I'll give you $25 show up fee. Another $25 to do nothing. That's $50, dude. Where's the other hundo come in? Yeah.
Exactly.
So, just want to tell you real quick. Went to a Thai Foods memorial service, and I thought he was going to be cremated. He wasn't.
He was not.
No, they had a full service from beautiful casket, full military honors at the. I didn't go to that part. We did a service one day, and I got to tell you, black funerals are long. Okay, this is like 2.5 hours funeral. Cool. They did a great job with it. What an honorable send-off they gave him, but they're just long. So we had a funeral one day. The next day, they took him to Leavenworth National Cemetery, and that's where they buried Typhoon with full military honors. Man,
good.
Couldn't have to a better dude, but I had a beautiful pearl white. It was so white it looked almost gray casket. It was beautiful, lined with Army insignias everywhere. It was the coolest thing I ever seen. It really was. His dad and his sister and his sister's husband there, and I got to meet some of them. Some already knew who it was. It was just a beautiful time. Got to lay him to rest. So that was all cool. And last week, you didn't know, but my daughter, right before I came on the air, had a baby, our 12th grandchild, named Asher.
Nice.
And he's already past 10 pounds.
Oh wow.
He was born 9/13. Okay, 9 pounds 13 ounces, and he's gonna be of her sons. He's gonna be the big one, I think. So
you think so, huh?
Yeah. By the time he's 12, hey Papa, how you doing? What the heck? Can I borrow your razor? What?
Like, hey, what? What the hell are you talking?
Dude, you're 12. Take that bass out of your voice. I can't. It's natural. Okay.
Right.
Dean says, wait till you get a replaced engine or trans, and you have to car towed to the dealership to flash the EMC and the PMC. Yeah, if you were closer, I'd fix that thing in like 10 minutes. You probably would. Dean's probably that guy that could do all that too, man.
You know what's funny is that the guy that did it probably took him about that, maybe less.
Yeah.
So the biggest thing that he had to do was take 1,000 grit sandpaper and cleaning contacts once. So it was taking a circuit board off the module, and on the underside of it, because there was like 5 points they had to desolder to get to where the contacts were that need to be taken care of, that need to be repaired. So essentially, you just took that module and did a quick down and dirty overhaul on it, got it clean, freaking cleaned the contacts, took, like I said, 1,000 grit sandpaper, freaking cleaned the grooves out of the contacts, took some electrical contact cleaner, redid that, put it back together, resoldered it, and put it back together, threw it back in the truck later that evening after I got back from him, like a champ, like a boss. And what would have been about a $1,200-1,300 repair at a dealership cost me a bottle of whiskey. I mean, that sounds like a pretty fair trade-off to me. I'm just saying.
What was a bottle of whiskey? $22?
$13.
$13
for a bottle of Benchmark.
There you go.
Bottom shelf shit. He's like, I don't care.
Rot gut, like the Boone's Farm of whiskey.
Basically, and it's like that's exactly what this guy did. That's what he does. It was funny why he told while I was working on what needed to be done. He was like, dude, I thought we were doing like 16-point shit. He's like, this is child's play. He goes, bring me a bottle of whiskey. I'll have it done for you tonight. Come pick it up tomorrow. Okay. Drop it off. An hour later, he calls me up. Hey, come get it. It's already done. What? Okay. So, which, by the way, Richie, I didn't get a chance to send this to you until now, since, we are this time of day, we are calling it our outdoor part. And I want to share this one with the group. This is from this last weekend, from my outdoor adventures. I just sent it to you in your DM, so you go ahead and throw it up there.
Yeah.
Whenever you get a second.
I'm gonna get it here. Yeah.
And I tell you what, you want to talk about a very happy old man? This is how you get a very happy old man.
Never came through.
What? What? Are you sure about that?
Only thing is on our StreamYard that I sent you. Huh.
Says it's seeing.
There. It just popped up.
There it is. Freaking takes for. I hate these the way the end-to-end encryption that Facebook does now. It's like, really? I'm sending shit. Freaking send it.
Yeah, asshole.
Right.
Bang. There we go. Okay.
Well,
go
like
ahead.
I said, you want to talk about a very happy old man? Look there, that boat right there. That is Pops and our good buddy Sean. And that, Sean's boat, and he was kind enough to take us out on the Halen Bay, go do some crabbing this weekend, since the clamming and everything else is all shut down. And dude, the weather was perfect. Was absolutely perfect. Freaking sun was out, not a cloud in the sky. Was about nice, like pretty close to 80 degrees. Nice breeze blowing. Dude, could ask for better crabbing weather. And all in all, over 3 days between all of us that went out, we kind of had a rotation going of folks going on the boat. There's 72 dungeons. So it makes for some good eats there. So using a lot of crab and a lot of or not crab, but using a lot of chicken is what we threw for bait. And just raw chicken. And we also discovered that freshly butchered surf perch works really good for crab bait as well. So throw that in your bait bin, throw that in the trap, get right on the edge of the channel there when you're fishing in the bays, and let it soak for about a half hour between times when you drop it in. Get out there about 2 hours before high tide and stick around for about an hour and a half afterwards. You'll do all right. You usually tend to do all right. So
you got 2 pictures here. Want me to show the other one?
What was the other one? I just sent that one.
Oh, no. Yeah. The one
that one. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, it was a good time. It was a good weekend. So we did all right. Like I said, got a lot of crabbing in. Matter of fact, it was kind of nice because our friends, Mr. EO Complaint and Miss Queen DP, Miss Annie came up. They're up visiting. Well, Annie's up here for work, and EO Complaint came up with her on this trip from Texas. So they're up to visit and got a chance to take them out on the adventure as well. High Tech was out with us, Miss Mariah. We had a big family affair this last weekend, so it was a good time. It was a good time. Right. Gonna go put a surf fishing line out again this weekend as well. High Tech and I are. And if you want to do something that doesn't cost a whole lot, if you're close to the beach and it doesn't, you want to do something that doesn't cost a whole lot, surf fishing is a good thing. It's a fun thing to do. It really is. And it's not that expensive. It really isn't. The most money you're going to spend is on if you're out here on the West Coast, you want a nice set of chest waders. Someone's going to keep you a little bit insulated because, the Eastern Pacific really isn't as toasty, we'll call it. Isn't as warm as what you would be down the Gulf Coast or down the southern coast or some, down around Florida or Georgia, South Carolina, when you're in those kinds of waters, or like I said, down the Gulf Coast. Between good set of waders for going out in the surf and, a good sturdy surf fishing rod. And the waders are probably going to run you about, for a decent set, about $175, $180. You go to Bass Pro Shops, find you a decent surf fishing rod, you're looking at probably spending about maybe $60, $70 for a Laura and one. Comes with a reel and everything on it. I would recommend taking the line that comes off of that off and have the pro staff there go ahead and put about 15 to 20 pound test on. And then once you do that, go and pick up some decent sized low weights. crappie riggins. Crappie riggins work awesome. If you're doing like surf perch and stuff like that, or, flounder, sole, smaller fish that stay closer to the shoreline, fish like that, like I said, use crappie riggins because you got 2 hooks on there. And just get you some of the good old school saltwater power bait grub worms. Set those on there like a jig, and put on the bottom of your leader, put a 3-ounce pancake weight on the bottom of that, and yeet that sucker out there as far as you can, and just let it ride. Just let it ride. You'll feel it with the waves, you'll feel that pancake weight kind of work its way in and out with the surf. But when the fish hit, you know it. There's a distinct difference between the strike and that weight flopping around out there in the sand. And it's a lot of fun. It really is. And like I said, it doesn't cost a lot. A lot of the costs that are involved with it are one-time things. Like I said, first buying the waders, buying the rod and reel. Then you got your maintenance stuff. Like I said, like taking care of your line, replacing tackle that may wind up having to replace, or bait and stuff like that.
Right.
You do those kinds of things, man, you'll have a good time. You really will. And it's very easy to get into. And once you do it, I mean, if you're like me, that where you like to go out fishing and go out hunting and stuff all the time, bro, you get hooked on it, for lack of better terms. And it's a good time. And it's a good way to relieve stress and put some food on the table. That's the best part about it, man, is when you bring it all home, fillet those bad boys out with the fish and whatnot. Do a little bit of breading, a little bit of deep frying. Yes, sir. Good day. Good day. So
sounds like it.
Those are my tips for this week.
That sounds like it's a awesome adventure. And so give me your greatest. You know, if you've seen the show earlier, today was greatest of all time day. Okay. Give me your greatest fishing line that you think's the greatest to use, like string or spider wire or whatever you think.
Oh God, yeah. I am a diehard spider wire guy.
Okay.
Well, let me rephrase that. If I am for like trout, bass, stuff like that, spider wire all day, right. Every day.
Right.
Believe it or not, I actually there's Berkeley does really well for their salt, for doing their offshore stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Berkeley does really, really good in that department. So I have no complaints with that. And that's why I run on my reels for doing surf fishing and stuff like that. So
I like Berkeley. I like string. String's good. But I love spider wire. And I was one of the first ones around here to use spider wire, except I can't use it on I run a 33. It's up to 33. I put a heavy line on it. That 10-pound crap. I run between 17 and 20. Well, that the little notch stick up, they fray it. Okay, as you reel them in, So I like spider wire on the open face, when there's nothing to fray.
Yes.
And put them on there, man. You got something. So I run string on my 33 I use, and I catch a lot of fish with that thing. So to me, it depends upon what reel I'm using. But if you got open face, put spider wire on it, man.
See, I got an old school Zebco 22. Freaking awesome. Closed face. Freaking that thing's like straight out of 1991, dude. On an old freaking. And the thing about it is that I got the Zebco 22. I bought it from a GI Joe's up here. Which, by the way, if anybody in the Pacific Northwest knows anything about GI Joe's, those guys were like the creme de la creme sporting goods store in the area until they closed down here. About I want to say like 15, almost 20 years ago, the last one closed. But I was, I had a little bit of money saved up for my allowances and stuff, and I wanted to put a new fishing reel on my old fishing pole that Pops bought for me as a birthday gift when I was little. So that I use for trout fishing and everything else. So I saved up allowance and everything else, bought the Zipco 22, took the old one off, tossed that because dude, that thing was all, it was hammered ass. After so many years of abuse going up to the lake and everything else, putting it on, and that little Zipco 22 is still going to this day. That is my bait pole right there.
Man, they make some great ones. I mean, at 33, that Rhino, I've worn since Michelle and I've been married. I know I've at least wore 4 of them out. But I put that heavy line on there, and that heavy line is going to wear them out. But if I can't fish anything, if it's under 17 pounds, I just can't fish with it because I get snagged, and I got a trick. I pull the snag free because the line is stronger than the hook, and the hook will bend, and I pull it free. Right? You know how many times I did that and save lures. Once in a while, it beats me.
Oh, I believe it.
But actually, 10 pounds, 10 pounds, you ain't doing that with.
Yeah, I felt bad for High Tech this weekend. He could have used some string like that, man, because we were up trout fishing up here out of Lost Lake, up in the Northern Oregon Coast Range. We were up there, and that was Sunday morning or Sunday afternoon. Yeah, we're up trout fishing and whatnot, and dude, I'm out there. I found the one clear spot in that lake where it was like there was nothing around me. I think I had like one branch just off the bank in front of me. And High Tech, he's like no more than maybe about 15, 20 feet away down the shoreline from me. And he wound up going through 6 different rigs. He wound up getting hung up so bad. Every time he turned around, he spent more time probably fixing his tackle on his rod and reel than what he did with the line in the water. I was like, bro.
Oh man. Yeah, I've been to that too. I've been on runs where I never got snagged and just keep reeling them in. The times they're like, screw it. I'm done for the day. This is a sign from the Great Spirit. Take your ass home. You got shit to do there.
Well, I think what was more frustrating is that we'd see people, because I mean, it's not the body of water that we're fishing on really is not all that big. So, you got guys, rowing by with their kids and drift boats. And Mama said there'll be days like this, right? Their little rafts and stuff, little mom and dad and the little kid out there. And they're like probably about 60 feet away in front of us. And they go trolling on by, hook into one. And we're like, really? Another guy would come by with his kid, right? Going through the same lane, boom, hook one right in front of us. And we're like, really? Josh is getting all flustered, man, because not only are people catching fish right in front of him, we're watching people hooking them left and right. But it was just like this little swath, this little bubble where we were at. I got a few hits, but just couldn't get the hook set right and seal the deal. But yeah, like you said, it was just nope. Today's reel them in, check it out. We're done. After about 2.5 hours of that, we're like, we're done. We're out of here, man.
Well, boats better fishing anyway. It always has been because you can get out there and get in different spots. You can fish toward the bank instead of from the bank. My wife.
The sad thing is that we were casting and we were using lures, we were using bait and everything. We're switching back and forth, and we're fishing the same exact holes that these people are trolling through, using the same baits and everything. Is just it's like, really, man, really. Just
sometimes that happens.
Sometimes,
yeah, sometimes that happens. I'm convinced they can see you if you move around a lot. They can see it. Okay, a boat, they really can't tell what's going on a boat. They don't know what it is, but they can see a big fat man walking up and down the bank. Okay,
right.
But fishing is a good time. If you go fishing and you have a bad day, go again. I don't want you to leave fishing with a bad taste in your mouth. Go back again. Go somewhere else. Go at a time where nobody else is there. Right? It's just you out there. I'll tell you something. If you don't enjoy fishing, fishing and shooting. If you don't enjoy fishing and shooting, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know.
If you don't come out of that without feeling, or let me rephrase that, if you can't come out of that and not feel at least a little bit better about what your day, like not whatever it was bugging you. If you're not coming out of there with some sort of stress relief at all, period, then you need to go out there and do it more. Do it again.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's 8 p.m. And I want to tell y'all, thank you for showing up, guys. Make up your own greatest list. It's fun to do sometimes, see what your friends think. Me, my friends, we debate who the greatest is, the things, But the Michael Jordan debate is always the strongest one. Always gets most people want to argue about. Okay, between LeBron. Well, people say that LeBron is better than Michael Jordan. I say crap. Michael Jordan's the greatest of all time, and all the criteria I need is this: he went to 6, he won 6. Labrina, she's lost. I keep saying Labrina. Stop calling him Labrina. LeBron. He's lost 4 or 5. He's lost 4 or 5 championships. Okay.
He's been to 10, only won 4. Let's think about that for a moment, shall we?
10, won 4. Okay, so he's lost same amount as Jordan has won.
Correct. How many times has he won MVP? How many times has he been Offensive Player of the Year? How many years has he been the Defensive Player of the Year?
Yes.
How many MVP, Finals MVPs has he won?
Right. And he still got the greatest shot ever known to man. Y'all know what I'm talking about against the Lakers. When he went up in the air with one hand, while he's in the air, switched to another hand and did the perfect layup. That's never been done.
Did it against Detroit quite a few times. And woo! You talk about the one guy who will, and it's going to sound crazy, but you talk about one guy, I know we're crunched for time or whatever, but that will argue that that Jordan is not better than LaFleur is Isaiah Thomas.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He will argue that one until the day, but everybody else that was in the league during that era will say, nope, number 23, baby, number 23. And the only person that I would even consider calling the GOAT outside of Michael Jordan, Bill Russell.
Okay.
The man won 13 votes. 13. He got 11 as a player and 2 as a coach.
That's right.
All for the same organization.
Yeah, yeah. So, you can make that argument, and I'd listen to that argument. But, you could take any of those 6 championship Bulls teams and put them against any 6 of LeBron's teams, and they'd still win championships. Okay, that's how badass that Bulls team was, and Jordan was a driving force in that. Okay, he made everybody around him better. Well, so what? So did Kobe Bryant. So did my boy over the Spurs, Mr. Tim Duncan. They made people around him better too.
Right.
But you got to go above that. You got to be great. You got to rise above that and make everybody great. Not make everybody around you good. Make everybody around you great. And Jordan did that to me, so there's no debate to me. That's what I think. But anyway, guys, we thank you all for joining us. Commander, he had an eye issue last week, and then he's had a dance for hurdle this week. He'll be back next week, as far as I know. He hadn't said he wasn't or was. But understand something. We're getting ready to wind down here at W Entertainment. Like I said, we're going to be here till November. And so I look forward to see you guys every Tuesday night. Been a real joy to do it. Holiday season's coming. All right, it's coming quick. Father's Day is this coming weekend.
Yep.
All right. Ladies, you don't have to buy his tools and shit. Oh, they're nice. Okay. But just a simple acknowledgement. Hey, you're my baby daddy. Maybe some guys got to prove it, but you're my baby daddy. I don't want to go on Maury. Just tell me the truth, and that's all we need. Just a little relaxation. Maybe some shut the hell up time. My wife ain't watching this. Okay. Just some shut the hell up time. All right. But that being said, guys,
the biggest thing for Father's Day, acknowledgement.
Yeah.
Just a simple acknowledgement of existence, and a simple thank you will go so far. And that's the thing. Aside from, the fact that it's Father's Day weekend, June is also, aside from all the other mainstream garbage that's going on, is actually Men's Mental Health Month. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Right. A little bit of affirmation goes a long way for motivation.
That's right.
So that's all I got to say on that matter.
Appreciate that. Before we do our closing, I just want to say, ladies and gentlemen, go over to YouTube. Or first of all, click on the W Entertainment, hit subscribe. Facebook won't have such a problem with you then because you can say what you want on YouTube. Also, on YouTube, while you're there, type in Redneck Pimp, Richie King. Redneck Pimp. I have two accounts on there. I'm going to start putting a lot of videos back on there and stuff. Okay, I'm kind of getting away from these platforms and going back to that. So I got some funny stuff on there with my electrician buddy. You know, him wiring something that's not even real. Trying to wonder why the tester don't work. It's because there's no wires in there to test you. Anyway, it's funny. We have a skit about him being paid like Amish. You have to listen to it. It's funny. So go check that stuff out. Subscribe to that. So every time I do something now, it'll come up on there. You'll see a lot of these on there as well on the show. So go over to Facebook, check out Redneck Pimp, Richie King. Put that on there. RICHIE. There's no T in it. RICHIE King. That being said, J-Dub, brother, give us a closing, sir, if you would.
Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Doesn't cost anything to be a decent human being. And with that being said, happy Father's Day to everybody, to all the players, pimps, hustlers out there. And by the way, to my fellow Army vets, happy birthday, guys! My birthday's this weekend. Yes,
my birthday,
yes, indeed. See, November 10th isn't the only birthday that matters. I'm just throwing it out there. Some of us do hold a little bit of pride. So other than that, we will talk to you guys next week. And I'll have some more fishing pictures for y'all.
Nice. Those are cool. Well, my buddy there said everything, and he said it correctly. But I'm going to piggyback. You are not worthless. You have value. Okay? Don't be that statistic. We don't need that. We're tired of that statistic. We got enough fake, false statistics we don't need. Okay, don't add to the problem. Add to the solution to the problem. Okay, if you guys are in the area, you know somebody's having a problem, take them out to dinner. Buy somebody a plate of food. That goes a long way. You feed somebody, that's a good thing. Take them fishing, take them hunting. That's what we do around here. If you're a religious person, take them to your Sunday school, to your church, whatever it is you want to do. People need joy in their lives. There's a whole lot of crap going on now. You know, the Donald Trump trial, the president's son's trial. Who cares? Does any of that really affect you? Really bother you? No, nobody gives a rat's ass. It's all political motivated anyway. Okay, just do you. Make sure you register to vote so you can vote. If you don't vote, don't. But don't be blowing up my feet about how you think this and how you think that. Even if you put a vote in, you lose. At least you put a vote in, you got something to say. If you don't, I don't really want to hear what you got to say because it doesn't really matter. That you didn't do nothing. You didn't vote either way. Shout out to my daughter, Asher, my new grandson, over 10 pounds already. Beautiful little boy. I don't know how he's so handsome. He comes from a long line of. I'm just kidding.
Good genetics.
Yeah, he's got good genetics. My son-in-law did a great job with them boys. My daughter's did an excellent job. She's 4 boys. She got 4 boys. She's a 4 boys mom.
Wow.
Okay. One of them is going to jail. We already know this. We're trying everything to teach him.
We're playing the odds here.
Yeah, and they're asking me to teach him not to go to jail. Are they serious?
You said going to jail or not going to jail?
They want me to teach him not to go to jail.
Wrong teacher.
I'm like, you guys remember? Anyway, it's funny, but you might want to have that responsibility on somebody else. Maybe somebody who's got a filter. Okay, somebody who's got a filter.
Right.
Anyway, so Father Time is kicking that ass as usual. But guys, like I said, have a great time. We'll see you next Tuesday. Okay, on behalf of Commander who's not here today, on behalf of J-Dub, I'm Richie Redneck Pimp, Bad Man of Comedy, saying, before I go any further, Pete Barlow. I'm proud and happy to announce October 12th, my birthday, in Jamesport, Missouri, my hometown. Pete Barlow is going to be on stage with me. Okay. He's going to perform on stage. The creator of G.I. Lowe magazine or comic book, whatever you call it. Go check it out.
G.I. Lowe himself.
Mr. G.I. Lowe himself is going to be there. He's excited. He fellow, he called me immediately, wanting to be on it. Thank you very much,
Nice.
brother. We appreciate it. Let me say, guys, again, take care of yourselves. Happy Father's Day to everybody out there. Get some relaxed relation time. Don't fall into domestic violence. That's ignorant. If you go to jail for domestic violence, you deserve to go to jail for domestic violence. Okay. NFL players. Can we knock off all the criminal activity? Holy crap, NFL. I mean, geez, OP. You know, I had a chance to play in NFL one time. I made the team, you know, and I could do a great 9 technique, and I was a good middle linebacker, right? I made the team. I was so happy. But then I got down. I'm thinking, wait a minute, I can't play for this team. So I go in and tell the coach. He goes, dude, you kidding me? Man, you're a great linebacker. You're strong. Why can't you play? I said, my conscience won't let me, coach. What do you mean your conscience? We can change your conscience. I said, no. I said, you know, I can't play because I don't beat my wife. He said, well, you don't have to beat her.
Laugh, but
he said, you don't have to beat her. So that's why I didn't play. That being said, Facebook's going to get after my ass. I know it's coming. I'm getting one of these little things the time I get home. Facebook has suspended your video because of comments you made.
Right.
You know, whatever, Facebook. Jokes. Jokes.
It's
guys, take care of yourselves.
Don't take it so hard.
That's right. Unclench your butthole, will you? Doing a dog ahoy. Hosta Usvi. We'll see you guys next week.